Have you ever heard the term kolkhoz? Can you provide a concise definition for it? Well, if we consult Britannica, a kolkhoz was essentially an agricultural cooperative endeavor run by peasants in a state-owned land in Soviet Union. Now, let's explore some synonyms for the word village. In Armenian, gyur is such synonym, but shen also fits the bill. Now, here is where the story takes a meaningful twist. Kolkhozashen, a kolkhoz village, the backdrop of the two most transformative years of my life. I'm Ashot Gabrielyan, a Teach for Armenia alumni ambassador, and today I want to delve into the transformative education and community building. I applied to Teach for Armenia in 2020 after the war, and 5 months of anticipation led to the pivotal moment. I received the confirmation of my placement in a village called Kolkhozashen. Now, you can imagine my surprise, not only at the name itself, but at the realization that there is an authentic village called Kolkhozashen. Now, let's go on a remarkable journey to this village, which was once overshadowed by its past, but through resilience and creativity of its bright minds, it emerged as a symbol of empowerment, community building, and transformative education. I was entrusted with only 25 students, just a school. I taught them the fundamentals of English and social studies, but soon enough, it became evident that there is a deeper need, a need to nurture confidence in their own identities. You see, when my students introduced themselves, they proudly proclaimed that they are from Artsakh, but not one of them mentioned the name of their own village. And one day, Nana and Nari, two of my students, spilled the beans. And no, it wasn't the perfect recipe of making dolma in the village. They mentioned the brutal reality, the memories that they were bullied in a camp just because they dared to utter the name of their village, Kolkhozashen. That was the moment I knew that things had to change. I knew that these kids had to take the matters into their own hands. We launched a project that would transform not only the perception of the village itself, but also the lives of these remarkable young individuals. We called it Kolkhoz Quest, a quest game that made Kolkhozashen known for its vibrant culture and history rather than its Soviet-era name. Now picture this. 170 tourists arriving in a village that was once hidden from the world's gaze, loaded with tasks differing from milking a cow to uncovering ancient museums, visiting General Parcel's house, to singing traditional Armenian songs. It was a very different adventure. Everyone learned a new thing about the village, and everyone shared the same laughter and the same mission to reconnect with roots. The impact was astonishing. While the students watched how their village came alive with the laughter of tourists, something remarkable happened. The shyness that once defined them has changed into confidence and a sense of purpose. These students became the driving force behind Kolkhoz Quest, and with each game organized, they unleashed the leadership potential inside them. But our journey didn't stop at organizing games. With the funds we collected from Kolkhoz Quest, we established a youth center. We called it Jane, a term for endearment in Kolkhozashen, symbolizing our dearest hopes and dreams for our village. Jane wasn't just a center. It was a hub of innovation where dreams met reality. Here, my students established a project incubator, and soon enough, I found myself taking a back seat. Trust me, there is nothing better than watching teenagers running social media pages, organizing workshops, and taking the lead. It's like watching a reality show. You never know what will happen next. The students organized workshops, welcomed hundreds of guests, and develop hundreds of skills. Today, I am humbled to mention that 2 of my students are enrolled in different international schools abroad, and 4 of my students are securing their places in prestigious universities in Armenia. This story is a testament to the power of youth and a reminder that our future is secure if we empower our children, instill belief in them, and make them realize they hold the key to change. And frankly, I'm just happy I got to sit back and watch their incredible journey unfold. Kolkhozashen, once an aging village with just 25 students, has become one of the most recognizable villages in Artsakh, all thanks to this incredible journey. Who would have thought that milking cows in a quest game would make such change? Speaking of quests, today is the 272nd day of our journey through a real-life quest, the blockade that isolates us not only from the visitors and tourists, but also from our families and friends. Today we are tackling some real-life quest tasks, and I'm not kidding. They range from as simple as hunting for one loaf of bread to finding inspiration amidst the adversity, from cultivating our own food to walking long distances because of the lack of transport. That's how we precisely mirror this, a real-life quest. Unlike the quest we would organize in Kolkhozashen, this blockade implies an overwhelming sense of helplessness, as if we have run out of clues and we don't know how to find them anymore. No matter how optimistic we are, how creative we are, the days turn into weeks, the weeks into months, and still, there is no end in sight of this blockade. It's a very demanding routine that drains hope and amplifies the exhaustion. Today, I implore you to remember that the people of Artsakh are creative, determined population. Yet, we are being trapped in a blockade where even a loaf of bread is a luxury. I believe that people of Artsakh, children like my students who represent our nation's future, and villages like Kolkhozashen bear an inspirational story to be told. The abundant motivation and inspiration I got from my students in Kolkhozashen still drive me through these hard times in Artsakh, and I'm sure they inspired you as well. After all, together we can overcome barriers, just like our quest game players broke down the walls of doubt and prejudice. When we invest in youth, when we empower them to believe in themselves, and when we harness their potential for change, we not only transform communities, but also pave the way for a brighter, more inclusive, and resilient future. Thank you, and remember, cows make great teammates, and quests make the best stories.